So the film starts with a hotel, which is called Soul Kitchen, which is also the name of the film. The owner of the hotel is a boy named Zenos, who was running the whole hotel. Now he was a little lazy, but still, he used to do all his work very well. He was also the chef here. That is, he used to cook food as well. He had so much taste in his hands. He used to cook such delicious food that every night his hotel used to get a rush of customers. One reason for the customers to come here was also along with the delicious food. The rates here were also very low. Here, along with Zenos, the rest of the hotel workers were also
One was
shown.
a waitress.
Another was a bar owner. One was an old man who was homeless. That is, he did not do any work here, but he used to get a place to live for free. Zenos also had a friend with whom he used to love a lot. Her name was Lucia. She was the daughter of a very rich businessman, although there was a relationship between the two of them. But after a while, there used to be a fight between the two of them. Lucia wanted me to go to Shanghai to complete my studies, while Zenos did not want him to go there. Now, one night, when Zenos was closing the hotel and going home, he met his childhood friend here. His friend was a very big investor, a businessman, because of which it is obvious that he was very rich. Here, he tells Zenos about himself and then asks about him. That what do you do? When Zenos tells that I am the owner of a hotel, I am running my whole hotel. Hearing this, his friend investor says, okay, fine, I will visit your hotel sometime. Saying this, he leaves from here. The next night, Zenos went to a very big hotel because Lucia and her whole family had come here for dinner. He had also called Zenos. This hotel was very good and expensive. Now, in the beginning, everything is fine. But still, Zenos and Lucia started arguing about something. Tired of their argument, Lucia's mom shouts at both of them, sit quietly, eat comfortably, due to which both have to end the fight. Now, another customer of this hotel, who does not like food very much, and he also feels cold, so he calls the chef there and tells him that there is no taste in the food. On top of that, it is also cold. You bring me something else. But the master chef, who is the head chef here, he clearly refuses to do this. Because he was a little arrogant. He was a person of his own will, and he did not like the fact that someone should order me. But when the customer does not listen to this and shouts at him, then the master chef also got angry. He puts the knife on his table. He did not say that you eat quietly, which has been given to you to eat. There is no need to take out much harm. Now, due to this chaos, the manager has to come there helplessly. And when he finds out about the whole situation, then he removes the master chef from the job. Now, Zenos, who had been watching this for a long time, he finds this being very interesting. He got interested in this, so he also came out of the hotel quickly. And he starts talking to the master chef standing there. He offers him a job in his hotel Soul Kitchen. That you work in my hotel, on which the master chef agrees, but says that I will come after a few days for the job. At night, Zenos and Lucia were spending time with each other because the next morning Lucia is going to Shanghai. She promises Zenos here that I will always be in touch with you. The next morning Zenos goes to drop her at the airport. And here Zenos says goodbye to her by keeping a stone on his heart. He expresses his love here again. That I love you very much. Try to come back soon. Then we will get married. Lucia, because she was getting late, so she says goodbye to him and leaves from there. In the next scene, we see a prisoner in jail who was serving a year in the crime of looting. Here it was found that this prisoner is no one else but Zenos' brother, but he was very addicted to gambling. So he stole. But because he had a very good relationship with the other prisoners, he was kept in a very good jail for this reason. He's also given a lot of facilities. Like he can go out of jail at the weekend. And he can do whatever he wants. But before the next morning, he had to come back. On the evening of the weekend, he goes to Zenos to meet him, where Zenos is happy to see him. But he was also very surprised. Here his brother asks for help from Zenos. He says that you give me a job in your hotel. He says that if I have a job, then the jail people will often give me such leaves. Saying this, he takes out the agreement papers from his pocket and tells Zenos to take it and sign it immediately. But after hearing this, he looks a little confused. And because he did not want to get into any trouble, so he clearly refuses to sign his brother. But when his brother begs him a lot, then he has to listen to his brother. Obviously, he also loved his brother, so he signs the agreement. The next morning, when Zenos was picking up something heavy suddenly in the kitchen, he started feeling pain because he had a hernia, which was hurting a lot now. because of which he started suffering. Seeing him in pain, Zenos' workers tell him to go to the doctor, but he refuses. He was also very angry. He says that I do not have health insurance, with which I can get my treatment done. I will have to suffer in such pain. At night, when he was talking to Lucia, then she recognizes Zenos' trouble. She asks, "Why are you so worried today?" On which he tells her everything. That is, "My hernia is hurting a lot because of the injury." On which Lucia says that you go to one of my friends, who is a very good doctor of bones, tissues and muscles. She will definitely give you some good advice. Zenos says, "Okay, fine." On which Lucia says, "But this cannot happen because I have come here for 6 months. I cannot come before that." Now, after hearing this, Zenos becomes very sad, but says the next moment, "Then what will happen? If you cannot come, then I will come to you." Friend goes to the doctor, who does a very good checkup on her first, and then advises her that you get a surgeon operated immediately. Save herself from pain. The next day, the master chef finally comes to Zenos' hotel. First of all, he checks the menu here. That is, the list of foods that Zenos has to teach in the hotel. But looking at the menu here, she is very disappointed because she did not like this menu at all. He throws the menu away and tells Zenos that in my opinion, all this is garbage, so I will not cook this garbage at all. I will make my own menu. But when Zenos refused to do this, then the master chef quietly leaves from there. But because of the pain, because Zenos was not in a condition to cook, she had to listen to the master chef. Both were saying that. That is when the tax officers come here. Female tax officer tells Zenos that your tax has increased a lot, which you will have to pay right now. But because she did not have any money to pay, then the tax officer takes her musical system from there and takes it with her. Because of which the hotel workers have to sing there themselves. Now all those customers come to the hotel this night who used to come here before. But when they find out that the menu here has been completely changed, then they felt very bad. They get irritated. They start demanding for the previous food here. But the master chef, in front of all the customers, clearly refuses to cook those foods. Hearing this, all the customers felt very bad, and they get up together and leave from there, due to which the whole hotel is empty. Now, seeing this, Zenos feels very bad. He also got very angry. That's why he tells all his workers to go to their own homes. And because there was no customer in his hotel, he also closed the hotel. One was the tension of the hotel, and the other was the pain of his hernia, due to which Zenos could not even walk properly. And when he was lying down, then his friend, the investor, comes here. After talking for a while, he takes Zenos out of the house, where he shows him all his property and business, whose price was in the millions. Then his investor friend also says that now Zenos, I want to buy your hotel so that after buying it, I can break it completely. And then by investing money on it, I can make it very good. And when I get a very good price for it, then I will sell it. Hearing this, Zenos feels very sad, thinking that although he is my friend, but still he has kept an eye on my things. But still, he clearly refuses to sell his hotel, because obviously the hotel was like his family for him. It was a kind of his home. Now this night, the rest of the workers music in the hotel, but this time he had brought many musical instruments with him. That is, things to play songs, which were quite big, due to which the sound of their music was quite loud. And hearing this, many people around come inside the hotel, due to which once again their hotel is filled. Now all the customers were hungry, so they asked them for food. And because Zenos could not cook food, so he calls the master chef and invites him to the hotel. And that's when the master chef starts cooking his food. He made a lot of different dishes, which everyone likes a lot, because first of all, their taste was good. Every dish was presented in a new way. The food was so delicious that all the customers were shocked, which looked like their hotel was alive again. Still wanted to go to his friend Lucia for a job. Because of this, he was looking for a manager who could take care of the hotel after his departure. Now it is tonight, many more people come to the hotel, seeing whom all the workers and Zenos were happy, but also surprised to see their number. But they found out that a music party is going on in Parsi, so people are coming to their hotel from there to eat. Seeing the increasing number of customers, all the workers of Zenos start their own work, while the master chef starts his own work to cook food. He did his work so well that he served food to all the customers very well. And then in a short time, his hotel becomes the most famous hotel in that area, because of which Zenos also starts earning a lot of money. He also invested some money on his hotel, and by changing it, he already made it very good and new. In his meantime, Zenos' friend kept telling him again and again, but when Zenos clearly refused him, then she only met with disappointment. And then after a few days, we saw that Zenos has finally taken his decision. He does not make anyone else, but makes his own brother the manager of the hotel. Now he did not take this decision because he is his brother. It would be trustworthy. But apart from this, he had no other choice. The next day, both the brothers go to the property office, where both the brothers sign a contract, in which Zenos made his brother in charge of everything in his hotel. The manager. That is, when he leaves, his brother will take care of the whole hotel behind him. In addition to doing this, Z even understand why she was doing this. So, to get answers to his questions, he goes to his house, where his grandmother's funeral was going on. That is, when he was being buried. Coming here, Zenos found out why Lucia was doing this to me. She has actually made a relationship with someone else now. And seeing them together, Zenos gets very angry. In the hotel, Zenos' brother was running the hotel very well. Everything was going well. But then Zenos' friend, the investor, comes to make trouble here. And he challenges Zenos' brother to play cards. Yes, Zenos' brother wins some games first. So he feels that today my fate is supporting me. So that's why now he started playing bets. That is gambling, in which he started losing. In the same way, while losing, he gets stuck in a 100,000 euro loan, which he could have paid in one way. That if he had handed over Zenos' hotel to his friend, which makes it clear that all this was a plan of that cunning investor. After which, they both went to the property office, and they have to sign on the agreement. After doing this, the officer sitting there tells them that from next week, the owner of this hotel will become an investor. It was shown that finally Zenos has come back, where he finds out this bad news about the hotel. His heart breaks. He felt very bad, so he shouts a lot at his brother, but then he controls himself, because he was in so much pain that he did not have the courage to do anything. Both the brothers try to enter the investor's office so that he can steal the contract paper, which cancels this agreement, and they get the hotel back. After a little searching, finally, they got that contract paper, but when they were running away from here, then the police comes here. Seeing the police, Zenos' brother starts running away from there. But Zenos' condition was such running away was a far-fetched thing. He could not even move, because of which these two brothers are caught. After a few days, it was shown that Zenos is released, while his brother is sentenced to 10 more years for his previous crimes. That's why the two brothers say goodbye to each other. From the bottom of their hearts, goes from the jail. The next day, Zenos goes to a doctor for his back pain, who used to treat people by moving the body, which used to be very scary. Now when Zenos went there, he was very scared. He could not move forward. To which Lucia's friend, the doctor, who would now become Zenos' friend, she can tell him that do not be afraid, and see, in a minute, you will be fine. So that doctor first lays Zenos on the ground, and then ties his legs to his waist with a rope. And now as soon as he pulled the rope, there was a sudden prick in Zenos' bone, due to which his pain went away in the next second. That is, his treatment was complete today, and now he was absolutely fine. And now in the next scene, we see the time after a few years, when now Zenos used to work as a driver in a hotel, where one day Lucia came to meet Zenos, and tells him that let's go for dinner. When these two were sitting in the hotel, Lucia tells him that I've brought you here so that I can apologize to you, that I have deceived you, and I am very ashamed of what I have done. She says that that day I ran away from the airport because I was very sad because of my grandmother's death. And as for the man with whom I have a relationship, as soon as we went to China, we met each other, and we became a relationship. I love him, Zenos, and now forgive me. Please. Zenos is sad to hear this, but once again with a stone on his heart, he forgives him. After which he asks him the next plan, when Lucia says that very soon I will go back to that boy in Shanghai because we will get married soon. Zenos' heart broke, but for this too he agrees. Now Zenos' brother was in jail, but everyone there respected him a lot. And then it was shown that the investor also comes to the same jail, because he was arrested by the tax officer, because one friend had not paid the tax and the other had proof of money. Now Zenos finds out that my hotel, that is, the government has taken over Seoul Kitchen, so he is happy, decides to buy his hotel again. But because he did not have money, he goes straight to Lucia and asks her for money. Now because Lucia was already ashamed to cheat him, so she is giving Zenos a check of 2 lakh euros. After getting the money, he becomes very happy. He buys that property and starts Seoul Kitchen again. And now he has started working more diligently in his hotel, makes delicious food. and he feeds that food to his only and favorite customer, who was no one else but the doctor, with whom Zenos had become friends. Both liked each other. Now both were very happy to eat delicious food and get Soul Kitchen Hotel again.